Welcome back to my last blog post about the smart home technology. Today we have a very special guest, Thomas Marfurt. He is Sales Director of B2B Business at Swisscom. Welcome, and thank you so much for your time. Today I would like to start asking you, when did you start following the smart home market? Do you remember these first times you read about this?
Yes, I remember quite well. It was a bit more than 5 years ago. It was almost 6 years ago when I was in charge of developing the energy market, and we tried to figure out what kind of products we could offer to home customers, because electricity suppliers also went into that field, and so that was the first time. Yeah.
Do you own any smart devices? Would you be open to the idea of owning one?
No, until now I am not using smart home products. However, I follow the market quite closely because it is an interesting technology which has synergies in the professional market for corporations, which is then called Internet of Things.
Does your job at Swisscom intersect with the smart home technology at all?
As I said, the Internet of Things is in a way technologically very similar. So smart home defines the actual home because most of it is done through the internet router at home over Wi-Fi, and similar technologies with sensors and things like that, cameras, are used on the professional market in corporations over the networks such as 5G or 4G.
What is Swisscom doing to acquire market share in the smart home market?
We have established a new division focusing on smart home technology only, and we're adding constantly new applications and new products to the portfolio. For the time being, we have about 10 different brands with approximately 50 different products and devices in there. And we're continuing in developing the application to steer all of this equipment together with the telecommunication services a home user is using.
Mm-hmm. And I heard that you are developing also voice recognition for Swiss German.
That's right. That's one of the, I would say, USPs that Swisscom has developed, a voice recognition software, which for the time being is used with the remote control of the TV service. So you can speak whatever you want to know or you want to see on TV channel in Swiss German. It works quite well, regardless what dialect you have.
And how successful have they been so far?
Well, it's still a small business. It's growing, but compared to the other divisions, it's small. There are factors which prevent the market to really pick it up and to really grow fast.
And how does Swisscom see its product complement or compete with the already existing devices from companies such as Google, Amazon and Apple?
I think one of the most important differentiators is that Swisscom wants to offer the home user a service rather than just selling a product, which means today you have the early adopters who are using smart home, but it is still relatively complex to configure it, to connect it, to understand how it would work with new lamps and new devices you buy. And Swisscom wants to provide a service that for a low rate on a monthly basis, as an example, you can have someone taking care of all that. We also want to build in more security functionalities, which makes smart home much more secure.
What do you see as the biggest challenges to bring more smart home devices into Swiss households?
That's a good question, actually. As I said at the beginning, one of the factors that the market doesn't pick up as fast as some of the suppliers would like to, it is still relatively complex. It is an issue with the Swiss mentality to have the privacy kept, the confidentiality and the security. So what we want to do is to really provide this service so it's easy to use. And once this can be offered, that it's a relatively simple and easy way to use smart home, then I think the market will pick up faster.
Where do you see Swisscom market positioning in regard to smart home devices in the future?
We have a strong belief that smart home will also be combined with additional applications on the outside of the home, whether it's electric cars, whether it's the IoT market, which is the Internet of Things combined with other corporations and other services. And again, as I said, the security, confidentiality, and the ease of use is on the forefront to be developed, that we can be more successful.
And how can smart home devices be used in workplace, in your opinion?
I believe that smart working has a lot of additional factors and technologies such as artificial intelligence, voice recognition, software robotics, to make all those works which doesn't need too much of innovation, not too much creativity, can be done by the machine or by the software.
Okay, that's interesting. So the point is not to take the job from people, but to optimize the job and let the creative job do.
Actually, it is a shift of creating a lot of new jobs on the more innovation side rather than on the operation side. There is a shift, and there are people we are training to move, but there is going to be a change, yes.
And how can smart home devices impact the telecommunication industry in the future?
One of the dilemma of the telecommunication is that the constant price erosion requires telecommunication companies to lower their operation costs. On one side, telecommunication companies need to invest a lot of money in new technologies, in new networks such as 5G or fiber networks, and on the other hand, we need to lower the operation cost. And technologies such as artificial intelligence, as I said, software, robotics, can optimize and lower the operation cost of the actual networks by doing automatic processes instead of having a lot of operation people behind it.
Interesting. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for your time and for your answers. And don't forget to check out all the Swisscom smart home devices. And if you want to read more about smart home technology, go to my blog and read all about it.